Welcome back, nerds. We're your hosts. I'm Jake.
And I'm Chad. This week we are sponsored by Crybaby Craig's Hot Sauce.
This week we're also sponsored by Ray's Energy Drinks.
This week we will be talking about Spider-Man 2 and 3, the Raimi versions of Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire. We are trying to cover the Spider-Man movies in anticipation for a potential, hopeful Spider-Man No Way Home trailer in the near future. So we're trying, I think with the upcoming weeks, we're going to try to get through all of the Spider-Man films, including The Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and Venom. Yes. And then, of course, the Holland Spider-Mans.
But these ones that we're going to talk about today bring up some mixed opinions.
Yeah.
You love them, you hate them, and then you love to hate them, and then sometimes you hate that you love them. Like, it's just, there's really very little winning and a lot of mixed emotions. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. This is the All Things Nerd Podcast. Nerd.
Welcome back, nerds, to the All Things Nerd Podcast, your weekly dive into all things nerd. So, how's this week been treating you, Chad? Jake? Chad?
Jod.
Just call me Jihad? Jihad? Did you just call me Jihad?
I'm not. I was gonna go into a Team America, and I was like, it's not PC, buddy.
America, fuck yeah.
This week it was a week. No, it really wasn't that bad. And we had something to look forward to on Friday. I mean, we had our live episode.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, the past couple have been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's been a blast, and we just want to thank everyone that's been a part of it. We've gotten some more people participating. My mom actually participated this week for part of it. But that's more than usual, so that's good. We played some fun games that got everyone involved, which was nice. Instead of just like watching us drink or watching us play Battleship.
Yeah, so probably going forward, we'll try to come up with some more interactive games, because that seems to be the key to, having a fun live stream. I mean, we have fun either way because we just get hammered, but getting you guys involved has obviously been the key lately. So and that's ultimately what we want. So appreciate you guys, those of you who have been coming by. It's a lot of fun.
Also, on Friday, we announced our big news just for the live stream. But now we're going to announce it publicly. We have a whole new web store. We got rid of our old web store, which had like 4 things on it.
Yeah.
And we launched a brand new web store with over 45 different individual items. And each of those individual items have different sizes, colors, variations to them. Like, this is a massive, massive web store. And
it's pretty rad.
It's so cool. We're so excited about it.
We Chad and I both have personally designed a couple of these things ourselves. So definitely go check it out. Even if you're not going to buy something, but please buy something.
It helps us keep doing what we do. And even if it's not for you, if you know someone in your life that would appreciate some nerd stuff, or you can buy stuff for us. No shame. We will wear our own merch, Jake. One of the things that is on there now are baseball tees, just like that, in a couple different colors. So, yeah, it's super awesome. I don't know. I just licked my fingers. That was creepy. But yeah, so we're super excited about that. That was my week. Besides those things, Jake, how was your week?
I don't know.
Okay.
My week was rough. It was a long work week, and I ended it really well, though. I had my girlfriend's mom's birthday party the other night. It was a lot of fun. I learned of a new drinking game, which I told you about, that we could play maybe when we're in person again. The Frisbee one that I was telling you about.
Yeah.
I don't know the name of it, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that'd be a blast. I want to play it. I think that'd be a fun one to do for like a live stream too.
Yeah. We'd have to like GoPro it though.
Well, we could just both do it from our phones.
Yeah. All right.
You know.
We'll figure it out later.
Yeah.
But I think that being said, I think let's just move right into our sponsor number uno. Sponsor number one is Crybaby Craig's hot sauce. It's a pickled habanero and garlic hot sauce that goes on practically anything. Please listen up.
Hey, you nerds. Do you love spice? Supporting small businesses? What about enhancing the flavor of your favorite foods? If you said yes to any of those, our good friends over at Crybaby Craig's have the perfect solution for you. Crybaby Craig's is a pickled habanero and garlic hot sauce that goes perfectly with your favorite foods, adding the perfect amount of spice and enhancing the flavor of everything it touches. Started in Minneapolis by Craig back in 2012, Crybaby Craig's has become a Minneapolis and Minnesota staple in the sauce world. So head over to crybabycraigs.com and order yours today.
I like it. Bring it in. Go on. I like it.
All right. All right, guys. Fuck. Okay, so we're going to continue our dive through the Spider-Verse. We're currently going through the Sam Raimi Spider-Man films this week, just because, you know, we've been let down by rumors before, but we really feel that we are coming close to the No Way Home trailer. So we really want to get through the Spider-Man films because
we're on the cusp.
We're
on the cusp of the Spider-Man trailer.
Awkward but good word, just cusp. But because that movie's coming out soon, I mean, it's coming out later this year, but the trailer's supposed to drop. It was supposed to drop like months ago, but whatever.
The movie itself was supposed to be out like this month before COVID.
Oh, was
like
it
the
really?
movie? Yeah, we were already supposed to have been seeing this movie.
Oh, well.
But like,
here we are.
The giant rumor that's going around is that there is going to be Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield reprising their roles because, as we know from Loki and WandaVision, the multiverse is fucking cracked wide open right now.
Yeah.
And we know that Doctor Strange 2 is Multiverse of Madness, and we also know that Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, Wanda, and now, as the conclusion of Loki, they have released that Loki will also be in Multiverse of Madness with all of those characters. So it's looking a lot more like fruit fly. Sorry, it was like right here. It's looking a lot more like those characters will be in this No Way Home movie. And so we want to plow through those movies and
just
get everybody just plow through them. Cusp, plow. What are you doing? What kind of podcast is this? And we want to get through the movies, hopefully before the trailer drops, and then everybody that does listen to us regularly will be caught up.
Yeah, and they'll at least know a little bit about each of the different variations of Spider-Man that we've seen over the years.
And most importantly, our opinions on those Spider-Mans
yes.
through the years.
Oof.
Because there's going to be some real bad opinions.
And some real good ones.
Real good ones, too, yeah, exactly.
Because, like, Spider-Man 2, fucking love this movie.
Yeah, watched it last night.
Just as a recap.
Yeah.
And granted, I have a lot of qualms with this movie, but I still, to this day, love this movie.
Yeah.
I have seen it so many times. Mm-hmm. It's a fun movie.
Yeah.
And for the time, like, the graphics in it were great.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
One of the coolest Spider-Man fight scenes that we've gotten ever.
The train fight scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll talk a little bit more about that coming up. But, I mean, first off, like, the main villain of this movie is Doc Ock, Dr. Octavius, Otto Octavius, played
Dr.
by...
Octopus.
Dr. Octopus, thank you. Played by Alfred Molina.
Who is also rumored to
Not
reprise
rumored,
his
he's
role.
confirmed it.
He's confirmed to reprise his role in the next Tom Holland Spider-Man movie. So also goes to show that the multiverse is very real in the upcoming movies. So that's why we want to do these Spider-Man movies right now.
Yeah. I mean, he played that role so well.
Yeah.
Because, like, in just about every single iteration that we get Doc Ock in, like, he is not, like, some fit, awesome, like, super bad villain. Like,
no.
He's kind of homely. A little... In this one, he's, like... it doesn't look like he's in terrible shape, but, like, he's got, like, a Babe Ruth body, you know?
There's there's
like
definitely
he's a big, strong dude, but it's not defined muscle. It's kind of like a very square dad bod.
There's definitely, like, a trench coat scene where his, like, titties are hanging out.
Yeah, he's got some moves.
It's like, this is weird.
He pulls it off. He's got the confidence.
Your hammer pulled you off?
Oh, no.
Sorry.
And when I spun real fast, I could fly. Oh, like on your back? No, like it would pull me off the ground. Oh my God, your hammer pulled you off.
Your hammer pulled you off. But yeah, this is out of the original Raimi Spider-Man movies. This one was definitely my favorite. Spider-Man 2. It was so good.
Yeah.
The action is awesome. I like Chad said, the graphics for this movie at the time that it came out, and still actually after watching it last night, like to this day, like those arms were fucking rad, dude.
Dude, the arm, the mechanical arms looked great.
Speaking of the mechanical arms,
yeah,
you like that?
Yeah,
see that
was
segue?
A segue. That was a segue. That was a no handlebar segue. It's just the ones that you stand on, and it just segues. It's so smooth.
We before everybody started arguing about rights to the movies and fighting between Sony, Fox, and Disney and all that bullshit. There was supposed to be a mention of the robotic arms in Spider-Man 2 that Doc Ock uses being made by Stark Industries, and they scrapped the idea because everybody was a bunch of toddlers fighting in a sandbox.
I mean,
it's kind of a bummer.
You say they were, but like that fight basically came to like fruition like last year.
Yeah. But what was the other big one that we get in there?
Yeah, we get a reference to Doctor Strange. When Doc Ock actually starts to kind of go bad and like robs a bank, and J. Jonah Jameson by J.K. Simmons, born for that role.
Yeah, especially since his name is J.K. Simmons and the character is J. Jonah Jameson. J.J. Jameson, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah. But just the voice and the barking voice, so good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad that he's back. Because we got a glimpse of him in Far From Home at the end credits scene.
Yeah.
But, so with all of
Doctor Strange, you were going Doctor Strange.
Thank you. They're trying to come up with a name for Otto Octavius as a villain, and one of the editors at the Daily Beagle is like, "What about Doctor Strange?" And J. Jonah Jameson is like, "No, that name's already taken." Yeah. And like it's a throwaway line, but it's there. It's just a nice little nod.
Or he says good. He goes, "Oh, that's good." It's already taken.
Oh yeah.
Also, for some deeper nerds here, that was Joxer the Mighty from Xena. Warrior Princess.
Who plays that dude? Wow.
Yeah. And then obviously Bruce Campbell was Jack of all trades. He was also a recurring...
in Xena. I thought you were trying to like mention who he was in this movie because he was also in this movie.
Yeah,
just as like a cameo.
Because the Hercules series, Xena, and Jack of all trades were all Sam Raimi
Yeah.
shows.
Fun fact: this is completely off topic, but I just when I was staying in New Zealand, one of the families that I stayed with, like this was years ago. It's not that cool. I mean, it's still pretty cool, but like that's not what I'm getting at. One of the families that I stayed with, the guy he's a horse trainer, but like a lot of movies that like try to look Middle Ages film in New Zealand, or at least they used to. And so he was like in a bunch of Xena episodes as just like random dudes that get shot with an arrow and fall off a horse. Because a lot of his horses were in the movie, were in those episodes and stuff like that. He was also in Lord of the Rings, which was kind of cool. But coming back from that, what really bothered me about this movie, we just need to take a minute, and I feel bad because I feel like we rip on female characters a lot on the show, and that's not our intent because, one,
we love female characters. And women.
Yeah. But but also just like a strong female character is the best.
Yeah.
But we have to talk about Mary Jane Watson.
Yeah. Oh my God, what a twat in this movie. Oh.
Just like conniving and toxic.
I mean, yeah. I mean, she wants Peter, but then when Peter's like, no, we can't be together, she's like, all right, well, that's okay because I already have a boyfriend. And it's like, wait, what? And then she's like, well, actually, I'm engaged to my boyfriend. And then she's like, well, actually, hey, kiss me one time. And then she like puts her hand on his hand with her giant fucking wedding ring on her finger. And she's like, just kiss me. And then it's like, what? And then fucking only after she finds out for sure that he's Spider-Man, she's like, I love you. And then he's like, well, I can't be with you because I'm Spider-Man. And she goes, all right, well, I'm just going to marry my other guy then. Yeah. And then she ultimately decides.
And then she turns into Julia Roberts and is like, no, I'm not going to be here.
Runaway bride. I get it. I like it.
It was literally the same scene, like running through like the NYU campus with like the fountains, but it's not quite Central Park, like in slow motion in her flowy dress. And then the next scene, she's like standing in his doorway, like in a wedding dress, and he's all sad because he's not getting the girl. And it's like, okay, like, dude, this movie's been done.
Yeah. It was,
she was just in the comics, Mary Jane Watson is a really awesome character. And super dynamic.
And she's super, like, supportive of him being Spider-Man in the comics.
And she's also, like, just awesome on her own right. Like, in a lot of storylines, like, she's an awesome, like, I'm saying awesome a lot. Awesome. If I say it enough, you guys aren't going to believe me. She's a really great, like, awesome investigative journalist. She's just great. It's great. It's great. It's great. Say it one more time and I'll believe you. It's
just change the word. But yeah, and they just made her just such a bitch.
Yeah, it really just... They did not try to make a strong female character in these films, which is really disappointing because there's so many, especially just like tied to Spider-Man. Oh, it's just frustrating. So yeah, we get Mary Jane Watson. But then we also get a lot of like cheesy moments. Some of them are kind of fun. Some of them are just like, go get him, Tiger.
Well, we definitely got to talk about the... There's ding, like a...
Ding, ding,
no.
Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad. But there's the whole point... At some point in this movie, Peter is losing faith in himself because his uncle's dead. He's not getting the girl. His best friend hates him because, you know, his dad is dead and Peter takes pictures of Spider-Man. And his aunt, after he tells his aunt that he could have stopped the guy who killed his uncle, his aunt pulls away from him. So he's like really, really down on himself, and he starts losing his powers. And it's at some point in the movie he decides he doesn't want to be Spider-Man anymore. He's like, fuck this, I'm not doing it. And there's this fucking, which is like a huge like emotional scene, but then they follow it up with him walking down the street to the song Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head, and he fucking like stumbles in like slow motion and realizes, oh, I need my glasses, and pulls his glasses out of his pocket and like puts them on and like cheesily like smiles. It's Raimi, what were you doing, man?
There's also a lot of scenes that were like people screaming and like quick cuts, especially with like Doc Ock's arms.
Oh yeah,
like when he's like attacking people and people are just like,
yeah.
And then the dude that reaches for like, I don't know why a hospital would have like a super chrome plated stainless steel chainsaw to try and cut these off instead of, I don't know.
There was a circular saw. It was literally a circular saw.
There was a circular saw and a chainsaw.
Oh god.
The chainsaw was sitting off to the side until one dude got thrown up against the wall and he's like scrambling for it. Then he grabs it and then like as he starts cutting, like he drops out of frame and you just like see sparks, and then you hear him scream, and then you just see the chainsaw like slide across the floor. And it's still perfectly stainless steel, like it's chrome plated, like it is
like you
shiny.
wouldn't use a chainsaw to cut metal like that doesn't, or a circular saw. That's
well, if it had like, you know, the right kind of grooves, you could use a circular saw. But like in a medical situation, like an oversized circular saw or like a fucking
and then the guy says with the circular saw, he goes, "Anybody ever take shop class?"
And then the like
Hulk like moves. Yeah. So cheesy.
But one thing that really bothered me, and I didn't notice that it bothered me until we rewatched it, was so when Peter Parker starts to lose his powers, like his web shooters stop working because we've mentioned this when we talked about the first one, they made him like a biological web. So like he just like produces a white liquid as he's going through puberty and it shoots out of his body. Yeah. So that's gross. Sorry, Mom. But if it just comes like out of his skin, like if he produces it, like so be it.
Comes? Did you say comes out of his skin?
Yeah, if he just like comes
like,
and swings from it. like coming. Wow, that's really gross.
Now I'll say sorry, Mom, because that was bad.
But that means that there's no like air pushing it out. It's done through like muscle. Like there's no compressor like with a mechanical web shooter or a tech that does it. So when he loses his power, he like tries to shoot webs and it goes like it's like he's queefing out of his wrist. Like, what the fuck? It made no sense, and it fucking bothered me.
Yeah. As we're in the comics and, like, other Spider-Man movies, Spider-Man, who's a genius, makes the webbing and makes, like, a cartridge. So when he does this, that's why he does this. He's pushing a button on the palm of his hand that releases the webbing, and it makes a noise as it shoots the web out because that's super compressed.
Yeah.
So when it shoots out of there,
whip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Tobey Maguire's character in the Raimi Spider-Man's shooting cum out of his wrists, and it's going splat, splat instead of thwip, thwip.
But when it's dry, it's just like it's literally his wrist is queefing. And it bothered me so much. I didn't realize that it bothered me. Like
I didn't either until you said it to me, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's so."
Like I always had issues with it being like a biological web shooter.
Yeah, that was a problem.
But I was like, okay, I get it. They didn't want to. Back then, they didn't anticipate taking 20 movies to like for character development. They're like, how do we do this in the first half hour of the movie so that we can get on with the story? And yeah, it just bugged me.
Yeah.
It really got to me when we were watching it. I was like,
another one that we didn't talk about. Sorry. and I don't want to stay on Spider-Man 2 too long after this, but the finger pubes.
Oh yeah.
The finger pubes.
Yeah, that's more in Spider-Man 1, but like it like zooms in on his fingers when he's
I
like
totally forgot about it until we started talking about this.
and just like
they zoom in on his fingers and these fucking curly pubes come out of his hands.
And that's how he's able to walls.
They're not curly, I'm sorry. They're pubes. Finger pubes.
It's like the regrowth.
Get the fuck out of
here. After a shave, you know, like when it's still prickly. Sorry, Mom. But this movie does have the coolest fight scene.
Yeah, it's iconic. It's more funny to talk shit about movies than it is to talk about the good things. That's why we do that. We love this movie. We love
to make jokes. That's what it really comes down to. The things that we've gone on rants on about to like make fun of are literally like 2-second moments of this 2-hour movie.
Yeah. But this movie is kick-ass. Doc Ock is kick-ass. The arms are insane. The detail into how he uses the arms are insane. Because, like, I remember watching it last night when he's, like, rebuilding the thing. And he's, like, lifting the thing up. And if you pay, like, attention, he's got the two arms are on the ground bracing him while he's lifting the thing. Because I was like, there's no way he could lift this. I was like, oh, never mind. Those arms are...
Yeah, they're taking the weight. Yeah.
It's crazy. I'm like doing like Backstreet Boy dance moves trying to get this fly out of my face.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's NSYNC.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Wow.
I did this one, the Bye Bye Bye.
Yeah. Well, you can just get fucked. That's fine.
Oh.
Okay.
Wasn't really my thing.
Boy bands? I guess you're a little too old for that, huh? Yeah, old man. Anyways, the train fight. What? Can't even read that, and it's probably backwards.
That's what all the girls used to write on their hands when I was a kid in school. I wasn't too old for it. I just didn't give a shit about it.
What did it say?
BSB for Backstreet Boys.
Oh.
They would write it in like permanent marker on the back of their hands.
Uh-huh.
It was wild.
Yeah. You probably didn't get many girls because you didn't have frosted tips, huh?
I had frosted tips.
Did you really?
They weren't tips because I had long hair, but I did like highlights, like frosted highlights.
Oh, wow. I'm so glad I'm not the only one that did that on this podcast. Oh, God. But yeah, so back to that train fight. Super awesome. It's one of the longer fight scenes as well.
Yeah.
And you get some of the more iconic scenes where basically people start to be like, oh my God, this dude really is a hero. Like, he's saving us. To the point where they see his face without the mask and they're like, I saw nothing. And they like hand him his mask back.
That part was cool. That was like one of my favorite parts of the movie is when he's unconscious on the ground or whatever. And the guy's like, he's just a kid. He's older than my son. Yeah, that part was cool. But I also really like in that fight scene is that they, in the first movie, Spider-Man was very open and like able to use his webbing a lot. In that fight scene on the train, because a lot of the fight scene is like in the train, he can't swing or like use his like abilities like for shit.
Yeah,
I thought that was cool. Yeah,
yeah, and then we also get to see like him like being like, oh, I'm so strong, and he like tries to stop the train and like it doesn't work, and then the super cheesy train conductor, but we'll not get into that. And then like he shoots his webs on the walls to try and like slow it down, and then it.
I used to shoot my webs on the walls when I was a kid.
Gross. Gross. But then it like the webs aren't strong enough, so it's one of the first times that we get to see him like use multiple webs to like strengthen. I don't know. I just thought it was really cool.
That was cool.
And we do get kind of a nod at Willem Dafoe. I'm gonna get more into why that bothered me after this next break when we get into
Spider-Man
episode 3.
Yeah.
But so we kind of get like a flashback to Willem Dafoe, which is awesome because he is.
It's not really a flashback. It's like like the ending scene of
yeah. I mean, it's weird. Basically, the ghost of past Willem Dafoe.
Well, so the reasoning for it is that they're showing that Harry has the same mental disorder that his dad had.
You mean schizophrenia? Yeah.
Yeah, because in the comics, the serum that Green Goblin takes should and could be used by a normal person in a positive way, but because he's fucking psycho, it doesn't work with him, and he fucking goes off, and the psychotic part of him takes over.
It splits his psychosis. Yeah.
So this part where they show lingering Willem Dafoe's character as Green Goblin in Harry's psychosis, basically, they're showing that he has the same mental disorder, hinting towards him being Hobgoblin.
Yeah, the new Goblin.
So, and then we'll get into that in the next one.
Yeah.
So,
and then it ends with "Go Get Him, Tiger," which is, at the time, was probably what Spider-Man fans would equate to what us Marvel fans, as a whole, how we waited to hear Avengers Assemble.
Yeah.
But it was, I mean, of course it was said by Mary Jane Watson, because, what? I'm just saying her name.
I got no beef with Kirsten Dunst. She's in a lot of movies I really like.
Oh, I love her. I've had a crush on her since I was fucking 11 years old.
Wrote her character.
Yeah, they didn't do the character of Mary Jane justice.
They did not.
But she does say, "Go get him, Tiger." In the comics, that's one thing that she said to Spider-Man a lot. And it was fine. But that's how the movie ends. Cool. Roll credits, whatever. But with that, we're going to wrap this up, get into sponsor number 2, and then we'll probably do some more shitting on Spider-Man 3 afterwards. And by probably, I mean we're going to shit on Spider-Man 3 afterwards.
Spider-Man 3 is the worst Spider-Man
ever.
Yeah.
Ever. Yeah, I'm looking at you, 1970s Japan. Ever.
Or ever. Yeah.
But yeah, so sponsor number 2 this week, guys, is still Ray's energy drinks. Oh, who would have thought? But yeah, Ray's energy drinks, awesome energy drinks, 0 calorie, 0 crash, 0 sugar, 0 carbs. It's so good.
I even know it now.
Yeah, it is really good, guys. So take a listen and find out how you can save some money on some Rays. What's up, nerds? I wanted to take a minute and talk to you about Ray's Energy, an incredible energy drink that provides max energy with 0 crash. Ray's Energy takes a giant leap of faith with instilling a high-quality formula to bring a powerful, yet sustained, energetic experience to help you push your workouts and focus to the next level. Perfect for anyone at any time, empowered by their refresh formula technology, Ray's Energy delivers a performance-enhancing energy drink that aids in multiple different categories that include targeted focus, better recovery time, improved clean energy levels, and a boost in stamina and hydration. But most importantly, every can of Ray's Energy has absolutely 0 calories, 0 sugar, and 0 carbohydrates to give you a smarter and healthier option. So don't settle for an energy drink that contains more sugar and carbohydrates than you can count. Instead, head over to repsports.com. That's REPPSPORTS.com and use the promo code NERDPODCAST at checkout for 15% off your order. Or if you don't know what you want, go ahead and click the link that's in the description to get a $50 sample pack for free. All you do is you cover the cost of shipping. Again, make sure you use promo code NERDPODCAST at checkout to let them know that we sent you.
Welcome back, guys.
Spider-Man.
I wrote, so on the page here, instead of Spider-Man, I don't know why, but I wrote Spider-Man with a M-A-M, which is weird.
It's okay. Don't know why that happened. I wrote Spoder-Men because it seems like the cheap knockoff.
Yeah.
Like the Aldi version of toys.
I feel like Spider-Man is like if Aunt May became Spider-Man instead of instead of
Excuse
Peter
me,
Parker.
ma'am. Or
Yeah,
or if it was
she's
like
like-
a member of like the British royal family.
Yeah, it's like instead of like in the Simpsons arcade game, it's like Marge. She takes off her pearls and like hits people with their pearls. That's what like Spider-Man would do. She'd take off her pearl necklace and like it's the same concept.
Oh,
It's
my
still
pearls.
cum either
Oh,
way.
my pearls.
Yeah, it's still cum either way. Pearl necklace or like a spider web.
Gross, dude.
Well, I mean, come on.
I mean, we've all thought it, so you're not that bad. But
Anyways, welcome back, guys and
Yeah.
girls, people, friends.
you think after all the shit you've talked about females that female characters, not females, but just female characters that they're
What do you
still-
mean you? What do you mean you have talked about?
I have had
Don't elaborate.
Okay.
Do not elaborate.
Okay,
Don't
fine.
elaborate.
mm-hmm.
I have nothing against females in movies. I just like a well done character, and I feel like
Well, because most of Hollywood is written by white
Men.
dudes.
yeah, and they fucking make it horrible, and it's not the actress's fault. I love let me defend myself against you, you a-hole. every female character that I've bashed on this podcast, I have never bashed on the actress. I've only bashed on the character that they played
Really?
because it was
you
written
didn't
so
bash
horribly.
on Jennifer Lawrence for her complaining about her makeup?
Yeah, but she sucks, and so does. But that's like the equivalent. Well, almost not really the equivalent, but that's like Amber Heard. Like she sucks. She's a horrible person, and like I'm not saying Jennifer Lawrence is a horrible person, but I mean
Yeah,
Like,
we are saying that
if-
Amber Heard is a horrible person.
Amber Heard is a horrible person, and we
Just
bashed on her
straight trash.
deliberately. Yeah.
Mm.
I only will bash on a character if it's a bad character, and like Chad said, the only reason they're bad characters is because it's fucking white men that are writing the characters for those movies, and they purposely write them terribly. So
Yeah, because anytime that when the director is like director or producers even are like people of color or women, like those movies tend to have way better written female characters.
yeah,
It's
look at the Loki series. Female director Sylvie was arguably a better character than Loki in that fucking series. I loved her character. Like,
also like I think in the entire MCU up until Black Widow, I'm pretty sure that every single movie failed the Bechdel test. If you guys,
I'm not aware of this test. Explain.
so what the Bechdel test is if there's ever just women on screen, right? And they don't talk about a male, it passes.
Hmm.
So many. You'd think that there's so many like strong female characters out there, and then when you look at it through like the lens of the Bechdel test, you're like, wow, so many of these movies fail. But in Black Widow, there were plenty of scenes. I mean, there's still a lot of scenes where she also talked about like Clint Barton, but there was plenty of scenes just between ScarJo and Florence Pugh.
Pugh? No, it's Florence Pugh, I think.
It's Pugh. Yeah,
Pugh.
because she's I don't think
Yelena.
she's
We'll
not
just call her
actually French.
Yelena.
But there was plenty of scenes where like they just like held out conversation that had nothing to do with a male character.
Yeah.
So like I'm pretty sure that was the first like MCU film that passed.
And it was a female director of that movie, correct?
I don't know. That's why I didn't want to say that. That's why I didn't say that when I started it.
Almost positive, and I'm gonna say her name too because
I mean, we called out a lot of like crappy things in that movie that were just like poorly written, but like, dude, I love that movie. I don't think it fits in Phase 4, but I loved that movie.
yeah, it's a female. Her name's Kate Shortland.
Okay, yeah. I thought so, but I didn't know for sure, so I didn't want to say it.
And the Loki director is also female, and also I think returning for season 2, hopefully.
I hope
she
so,
did amazing with
yeah,
season
she did
1.
great.
Yeah, I do not defending myself, I do not. I know you're joking about it because we've had this conversation.
I know,
but I do not dislike female actors or females at all. I dislike female characters directed by males that write them poorly. It has nothing to do with the actresses that play them.
In general, just female characters that are written poorly.
Yeah.
Just to like please the majority. Like, no, give me an abrasive woman on screen that is just badass. Like, that's all that I want. It makes for a better story.
Yeah.
And it makes for a more realistic person that you can actually connect to and like see parts of yourself in, even as a man.
I liked Yelena, Florence Pugh's character in Black Widow. I don't want to say it wrong.
I'm pretty sure it's Pugh.
Yeah. I like her character better than I like Black Widow because I myself am the younger brother. I have an older brother, and I like how in that movie how like she would like tease her sister. Why do you do this thing with your hair? And I thought that she was
watching.
Yeah, I thought that she was funny, and then when she does it in the movie, she's like such a poser.
Yeah,
and
then Florence Pugh does it, she's like, gross.
Oh, that was good. Yeah, I love that. Yeah. So,
anyways,
so go fuck yourself with your comments about that.
I'm sorry. Back to Spider-Man 3.
Spider-Man 3.
Spoder-Men 3.
Spider-Man. Spider-Man 3 was the worst Spider-Man movie that we have gotten so far.
It was a red, black, and blue dumpster fire.
Oh my god.
With risk come.
There were cool parts to it, but it wasn't like consistent enough to be like
2 movies. First off,
yeah.
It should have been. There was too much going on, and they retconned Uncle Ben's death just to push a storyline.
Yeah,
like suddenly it was no, this dude didn't kill Uncle Ben. This dude did, even though we literally saw the dude that killed Uncle Ben in the first one. But no, you didn't see that.
Which would then make Peter Parker like a fucking murderer because he like killed that guy in the first one.
He just walked up to him and the dude stepped out the window on his own. I mean, it was more like euthanasia or like assisted suicide.
Yeah. Yeah. Kill yourself or I'm going to kill you. All right, I'm going to jump out this window. Yeah. All right.
Involuntary assisted suicide.
Yeah. So there was, but this movie, we're going to shit all over this movie because this movie sucked.
But Sandman looked cool.
Sandman was cool. The graphics,
even though he
especially
somehow killed Uncle Ben magically, like from the side, even though he was shot in the chest and wasn't looking that way. But whatever, we're not going to talk about that. And the guy that shot him also had the gun in his hand, but it wasn't him. Oh, weird.
It was bad. It was real bad. Sandman was cool. I liked the way he looked. He was very comic accurate. His motives were comic accurate. Hayden Christian Church, I think.
Oh, we were supposed to look that up, but we didn't.
Should have. I'm pretty sure I'm right. Yeah.
He's basically 15 years earlier, the acting equivalent of John Cena.
Only he wasn't a wrestler. He was just
an actor.
Wrestling with his acting career.
Ooh. Wow, harsh.
Ooh, ow.
Oh, that was... Oh.
I actually like him as an actor, though.
I thought he was actually a pretty good actor.
He just doesn't. He doesn't do like crazy big roles. That was probably like one of the bigger roles he's ever done.
Yeah,
in my opinion. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. He was cool. We got a really go ahead. You go.
Super shitty Venom.
That's what I was gonna say. So we were stuttering over the same thing.
Straight up got Topher Disgrace.
Topher
Grace.
We got Eric from fucking that '70s show as Venom.
Okay.
Eric. Eric.
He is actually a phenomenal editor of films. He's really talented at in the movie film realm. This was a terrible choice for him. It actually caused him to stop acting. like outside of anything besides like indie films for like 10 or 12 years.
Yeah. Which is good because indie films fucking bring actors back from the grave, dude.
And,
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah.
He was a huge star when he was a kid. He did Third Rock from the Sun and he disappeared for like ever. Fucking came back with Brick, The Lookout, Manic, which are all indie films, and look at him now.
Yeah,
Huge.
and even look at like Robert Pattinson.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Harry Potter and Twilight, and then he disappeared, did a bunch of like some indie films. I mean, he did Water for Elephants, which I enjoyed actually. I mean,
I never saw it.
it's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
And then, you know, disappeared for a while, did some indie films like The Lighthouse.
Lighthouse was awesome.
We're trying to avoid talking about Spider-Man 3 if you guys haven't noticed, because this movie was not good. In the movie The Lighthouse, Robert Pattinson, he's gone on record to say this. He had such a hard time trying to just like act that character sober because he was just a drunken mess. So like he legitimately was just a drunken mess for the entire movie.
That's why I should have been an actor. I'm a drunken mess all the time.
Yeah, you could have been in The Lighthouse.
No, it was the Shia LaBeouf Lawless. You know what I'm talking about? Have you seen that movie?
I haven't seen it, no.
Bro, what are you doing? Go watch that movie. When we get off the phone, you watch, or the phone? This is the phone.
Yeah, this is the phone, you know, our
you
podcast.
You gotta watch. That's probably like a top 5 favorite movies of mine.
Really?
Yeah, and so Shia LaBeouf said it's 3 brothers and they're moonshiners. We'll get back to Spider-Man in a second. I'm so sorry, guys.
Yeah,
One second.
This is more important.
They're moonshiners, and Shia LaBeouf's character is the youngest brother of the 3, and he is a shit show, kind of, for a part of the movie, because he drinks just straight up moonshine. And so Shia LaBeouf, on set of the movie, was to get in character, was just getting hammered on set. And like
I wonder why so many people fucking hated that dude for a while.
The girl, I think he would be a riot. Other than like the allegations of like him like hitting his girlfriend and stuff, I think he would be a fucking riot to hang out with. But yeah, the second
those things are proven wrong, like I want to hang out with this dude.
Yeah,
you heard it first, Shia.
Yeah.
I don't know why I pointed the. What?
All things there podcast. All things there podcast.
Yeah, all things there podcast.
Come on our podcast.
Shia LaBeouf. All things there podcast.
But yeah, dude. Yeah, the girl who was supposed to be his love interest in the movie was like, I can't fucking work with this guy. He's hammered. He was I'm just getting into character. That'd be fun.
Kind of like how he was super gross on Fury, like just wouldn't shower.
Wouldn't shower.
Stuff like that. Like he's a method actor. But
and he literally has that scar on his eye that he has right here. Because in Fury they were like, oh, we're gonna give you a cut on your eye. So to like be realistic, he cut himself with a razor blade, and that scar is like forever on his face now because he wanted it to heal the way it would realistically heal, rather than having like a makeup artist do it.
Yeah,
which I can respect on one hand, and on the other hand,
but
be
like,
all right,
bro,
like. Chill, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, so Spider-Man.
But yeah, so back to the worst Venom that we've seen in live action, and by that I mean one of 2.
Yeah.
He was like shaped like Topher Grace. So like
he's Eric from that 70s show.
You know, like if String Beans like joined Snap Fitness like 6 months before filming. Nothing against Topher Grace. Again, I love Topher Grace, but like that rendition of Venom, like Venom is like beefy. Like that was one thing that I liked about the Venom solo film with Tom Hardy's already huge, right?
Yeah.
But they made Venom like monstrous,
way bigger, yeah,
which is how it was, because
supposed to be, yeah.
bigger than Peter Parker, which was wrong in Spider-Man 3, but he wasn't like a monstrous dude. He wasn't like Hugh Jackman after filming the Wolverine. Like,
to clear up what Chad is kind of saying is that in the comics and even the cartoon, that Eddie Brock is a big guy. He's not he's a jock.
Yeah.
And
he's a muscular dude.
And when he's Venom, he's like fucking like almost like the Incredible Hulk size. Okay, but in Spider-Man 3, they were like, we're gonna make fucking Eric Foreman Venom, but we're gonna also
this much
keep
hate that we're throwing out there is gonna be the reason that he stops acting or doing everything for the next 10 years.
But also, we're gonna keep Eric Foreman as Venom, the same size as Eric Foreman.
Yeah.
It was garbage.
Should we talk more shit about the Eric Foreman sized Venom? Because if we get, this is again off topic because of how much hate he got the first time for this role, caused him to quit acting. But then he edited all 3 of the prequel Star Warses into one like 3-hour long movie, and it was amazing. No. He just did it for fun. So if we keep doing this and keep talking shit about how it was just terrible, will he do it again and give us all the sequels?
Well, see, the thing
condensed into one 3-hour movie.
I feel bad about the fact that people people would take this out on Topher Grace because it's not his fault at all. Yeah.
No, he was doing his job.
It was a terrible decision by the production company and directors.
Even Sam Raimi said he didn't want to have Venom in this film.
Yeah. It was...
This is 100% Sony and their production team.
I feel like Sony has done some shit like this before.
Yeah? Yeah? You want to go into depth there?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
Because we could talk for hours about that.
Yeah, we could talk for hours about that. Yeah, you're right. So let's get off of the Topher disgrace, Venom. Again, nothing against Topher Grace. But
should we get into emo Peter?
Well, let's first talk about the totally super rad snowboarding Harry Osborn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Get it, girl.
Oh yeah. Get it. Get it. Get it. Whatever. Ow. Sorry. Anyone who has seen a TikTok in the last 6 months knows what I'm talking about, and I am not ashamed. Oh. But pump. Ow. Ow. Get it. Ow. Get it. Okay. Sorry. So, Spider-Man 2 set up the fact that Harry Osborn was going to become the next Green Goblin, Hobgoblin, whatever. Yeah, whatever. And you're like, oh, cool. Like, you see some of the old masks. You see, the old glider at the end of Spider-Man 2.
The pumpkin bombs.
Yeah, and he grabs, the serum that, gives him, the super strength, whatever. What we get is, if you ever played on PlayStation 2, SSX3 Tricky, the snowboarding game, you get that dude in a face mask. He literally just rides an elongated Michael J. Fox hoverboard from Back to the Future 2 that has super powerful controllable magnets that you can just turn off and then turn back on when you fall off, and then it comes back to you. But on a delay, so that they can get a close-up shot of the magnets turning on, whatever. Oh, that's so cool. And he just has a half mask that is super
oh yeah, he's got a very
it looks like
Winter Soldier.
I was gonna say it's half of a paintball mask.
Oh, okay.
Half of a paintball face shield that is somehow mechanical, even though
if you know Hobgoblin from the comics and cartoons, I'm stabbing my notepad out of anger. Is it's supposed to be a Halloween mask. It's a green mask with a purple hood.
Or orange hood.
Yeah. It's very frustrating.
Yeah, they. Was 2003 like one of the first Winter X games? Because I think that's where they got a lot of the inspiration. It was.
Sean White, help us, like.
Yeah, come on the podcast. Let's debunk these rumors. Let's do it together. We can definitely do that. It was just.
It's bad.
It was not good. Yeah.
One of my favorite parts. It's a very cheesy part, and that's why it's one of my favorite parts. Is
even though we talk shit about cheesy parts, but whatever. Yeah.
Well, we get emo Peter Parker, which they kind of nod at in Into the Spider-Verse. the
he just,
dancing,
like, dances down the streets.
Yeah, and he's like snapping his fingers. There's like a weird part with Tobey Maguire where he puts eyeliner on and like messes his hair up and pulls it.
Like, brush to the side and back.
Basically, I could do it, actually. I can do it. Hold on. He does this. Right? That's pretty close, right?
Yeah.
And then he puts like eyeliner on.
I'm balding.
And then he like goes like that a lot, and
I don't think he actually has. They don't like show him putting on eyeliner, but like they did it on purpose to make him look more emo.
Dark. Because he was technically...
And he was wearing all black. Because like his spider suit got touched by the symbiote venom, so like his spider suit turned black. So he's like, I'm going to mirror this in real life.
Yeah. Ugh. It was very bad. And emo, and... Which, both of us are former emo kids.
Dude, I still love Hawthorne Heights. Like,
well, no, I mean, I still love the music. I just don't, dress like that anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I like to like have blood circulation in my thighs. Like, yeah, my jeans kind of taper, but like, if I like clench a leg muscle, you're not gonna like see it through my jeans.
Nobody's gonna see it through your jeans, bro.
That's because I don't have muscle anymore. Because
I wasn't talking about your legs.
Oh, if I put on girl pants, you'd see it. Granted, they'd be like, never mind, I'm not going to go that far. Okay, cool.
But no, we get a weird fight between Peter and Harry, and
little baby gonna cry.
I love it. It's like my favorite line. It's so cheesy, but it's like my favorite line in the movie.
And then he turns savage right after it.
Peter just like fucking hits Harry. Harry hits the wall, falls on the ground, like gets up, and he's got like a look on his face like, holy shit, like, and Peter goes, oh, baby gonna cry. Yeah, I thought it was
and then
hilarious.
Peter starts to walk away. Harry throws a pumpkin grenade, a pumpkin bomb at Peter, and then he throws it right back at Harry.
He dodges it, webs it, slings it back at Harry,
and just throws a grenade at his childhood best friend.
Yeah.
Super, super emo stuff.
Yeah.
And then, like, 3 days later, Harry's fine.
Yeah. Because of the serum. We talked about that.
Serum. Yeah, we did talk about that off camera. You're right. Also, Kirsten Dunst is still in this movie.
Yeah.
But, like, literally, her only lines are to set up memes. Wow.
She just screams the whole movie.
She sets up memes, and then she screams.
Oh, the memes.
Yeah, talk about the meme, because it's great. And it comes very early in the film, because I started watching Spider-Man 3 last night after Spider-Man 2. And I got to this part, and I was like, I'm going to bed.
The thing that they build up in this movie is that, they build it up from Spider-Man 2, is that Mary Jane is trying to become an actress and blah, blah, blah. And Spider-Man is like a big deal. Yeah. And so he's kind of become a bigger celebrity than she's going to be, and she's very jealous of it.
So she's Ann Faris. That's cool.
And at some point in the movie, there's a meme. Someone made a meme about it, and it's very funny. At some point in the movie, she basically says, and this isn't a meme, this is just something that she says in the movie, is, this isn't about you, Peter. And then the meme is Peter like laughing and going, Mary MJ, the movie is called Spider-Man 3.
I wanted to make a joke because I just referenced Ann Faris,
Mhm.
and then be like, and then say sorry, Mom, because she's in the show, Mom. It was supposed to be funny, or Moms. It's not that great of a show.
Oh.
So also.
Oh, Anna Faris is in a show called Moms.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I don't know why I brought that back up.
I haven't seen it.
You don't need to. It's fine.
It's okay. It's not
Did you like
I mean,
2.5 Men? Did you enjoy that show? Like,
not really.
yeah, that's fine. Then you don't need to watch it. What about like Big Bang Theory? Are you like a diehard fan of Big Bang Theory?
Nah, Die Hard, no.
Then you don't need to watch the show.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, primetime television. Do better.
Do better.
Do better. But so we do get some Gwen Stacy with Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yeah.
Dallas Bryce Howard. I said that backwards.
No, it's Bryce Dallas Howard.
I said it right the first time.
Howard.
And then I questioned myself. But I'm just going to preempt this. I'm sorry, Mom, but...
She's cute. Oh, yeah, she's cute.
I think that she is just gorgeous, and I love her. And
but did you think she was prettier as a blonde in this movie or her natural red hair? You like the red?
You don't fuck with Legacy. I mean, she looked good blonde, but like
no, I was gonna go Forgetting Sarah Marshall, and I stopped myself. The redhead, Paul Rudd.
Oh yeah. Do you think the carpet matches the pubes? I can say it. I'm single.
You can say it. I stopped myself.
Oh.
Crisis averted.
What is this, Letterman? The top 10? Ha ha ha!
I do want to say some good things about this movie because there was some cool shit in here. There's like a subway fight between Sandman and Spider-Man. And there's like a
Sandman was awesome until they like defeated him with like
logic. There's like a badass part where like Spider-Man just like takes Sandman's face and like slams it into like a passing train, and the train is just like grinding Sandman's face like off. I was like,
it looks so cool.
I was like, that's dope.
And then that made when they defeated him, and I say they because like everybody comes together besides Venom to like defeat Sandman. Like Harry has like a
epiphany.
Like I was gonna say an identity crisis, but yeah, sure. And like turns good, and somehow Mary Jane becomes somewhat important outside of her screams. And they basically are like, hey, you're trying to do this for your daughter, like do better. And then Thanos snaps his finger and he just like dusts away.
And no, you know what it is? It's just like you've been watching South Park recently. You know when Cartman has Jennifer Lopez as his fucking hand? When Cartman says goodbye to her and she goes, and it goes,
Taco burrito. Oh.
Yeah, and just goes off into the wind and Cartman goes, and that's the end of it. That's basically that's what Sandman did. He was like standing on a building and Peter's like, he's like, I didn't mean to kill your uncle, and Peter's like, I forgive you, and he goes, oh. It just like it just turns into sand and like blows away in the wind. It was fucking.
Oh my god.
Hey.
Oh.
Did you hear it?
No, but I heard you.
Jesus
in my
Christ!
ear.
Just a deep. Rogie, come in here. Come on.
And then just to roll this out, I mean, like they really set up a Spider-Man 4, and then it got because this movie was so bad, it was just canceled. And that's the Sam Raimi Spider-Man. Watch the first two; they're super entertaining. Watch the third one and laugh along with us in spirit. And that's it.
I might watch it. I might watch it tonight.
I'm gonna finish it because it's still fun. It's still nostalgic, but it does not hold up. It wasn't good back then. It's still
not good now.
It's still not. It did not. It aged as expected.
But what we're looking forward to is the potential of Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield joining Tom Holland in No Way Home. So that's why we're touching these Spider-Man movies. I said that weird.
Yeah.
Why are we touching these Spider-Man movies?
I don't know.
But yeah.
With that being said, we're gonna go ahead and start closing out this episode.
Before we get into anything, I do want to. We've been doing this for a long time now, and I feel like nobody's met my dog yet. You always hear me yelling at her for barking at the neighbors and shit, so I'm gonna see if I can pick her big ass up and bring her up to the camera.
Yeah.
Hold on. Hang tight.
The reason you never see her is because Jake sits at a high top table in his office space, and I sit at a lower desk so you can see my bed. Also, my desk is like 3 feet in front of my bed. It's super great.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's Rogue.
Baby.
Yeah, look at her. There's the big baby. Oh my God, the big baby. Oh. Oh, just a good girl.
She's like, put me down, motherfucker.
Oh, what a good girl. What a good girl.
You see her? She's like...
like, oh, what do I do? So
that's my dog.
That's Rogue. Or Rogie.
She's a cancer survivor.
She is a cancer survivor, which is awesome.
She's the best, yeah. I had to amputate her leg in December.
And then she got cancer after that. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, wow.
I'm just kidding. No.
Knock on wood right now or I'll kill you.
No.
That's my dog. She is amazing. Anyways.
And she's the sweetest dog ever. She acts all tough and is like growly, and then she meets you, and then the next time you come over to see Jake or her particularly, I'm not going to lie, half the time I hung out with you before we started the podcast was just to hang out with your dog.
Yeah.
Well, that's not true, but I do love your dog. But then she just like whines. She's like, "Oh my God, it's my friend."
Yeah.
Like she's just a sweetheart. She's such a great dog.
We're dog people over here.
Absolutely.
In this podcast.
My dog hasn't been hanging out much. It's because we're actually recording slightly earlier in the day than what we normally do, because we waited a day because our weekends were a little bit busier. But yeah, with that being said, that's Rogue. Thank you to everyone that was a part of our live stream on Friday.
We love you guys.
It was a lot of fun. It was so much fun.
We're still, believe it or not, we're still kind of finding our footing here.
We've only been doing this for 6 months. This is episode 25. Also, thank you, guys, for letting us get this far. We wanted to do something big for episode 25, and we were just like racking our brains, like, let's have a big guest, like, let's do something special. And like, there's a giveaway. It wraps up today, so if you're listening to this, like, sorry you missed your chance if you didn't already enter. It's your fault, not ours.
Follow us on social media. Come on.
Yeah,
what are you doing?
Do that. But so we just decided, hey, let's we're doing a throwback series on movies that we love.
Let's just be goofy.
Let's be goofy
have fun
and
with it.
go back to the roots where we just like talk mad shit and get a little schwazy.
What Chad was saying to me earlier, just to give a little bit of context to how this whole thing even started, is Chad and I he lived 35 minutes away from me before.
Yeah, it was about a half hour.
And we would
nice cough to cover up your disdain for
Ohio. No, I was clearing my throat. Shut up. We were and we would like Snapchat each other and like fucking exhausted. Like Snapchat will give you like 4 or 5 like videos before it like cuts you off.
You get like 2.5 minutes, maybe 2 minutes.
And we would just exhaust our Snapchats talking to each other about like Marvel and DC and comic books, and actually this and this and this, and like, who would play a good character if they're gonna reboot Wolverine? Who's gonna that be gonna be? And we would start like snapping each other back and forth, and literally like Chad said earlier to me, not on here, but he would be like, oh fuck, I'm running out of time on Snapchat.
Yeah.
Give me a second, let me finish. And like, yeah, so like this is we really do enjoy this, and that's why we were like, man, let's just fucking.
If we had recorded all of those, we would probably be at 100 episodes right now.
Yeah,
because I'm pretty sure that we since January 1st.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that we easily hit like 32 full episodes worth of conversation back and forth before January ended.
They were just very drunk then. Or these are a little more controlled. As we're
a little
more controlled. Those were rough.
We have scheduled drink breaks.
But no, we appreciate you guys so much. Those of you that listen and potentially will listen, we just have a good time doing this. This is for fun for us. We don't think we're going to get like famous or anything. So for those of you who are like, I don't want to listen to that because those guys are being pretentious. That's not it at all. We just are having a good time.
Yeah, we're just having fun. Wow, way to use the word pretentious right before I talk about our brand new web store.
Well, I am wearing one of our own shirts.
Yeah, right. But with that being said, guys, like we mentioned at the start of the episode, if you've made it this far, please check out our new web store. It is in the link in bio. We're just super excited because, we've had these ideas for like different styles of shirts, a couple different logos, a couple different ideas for what to put it on. Fuck, it's been so much fun like designing this stuff and like creating this merch. And we realized that the best way to do it was to just get rid of our original store and just launch something completely new. That way we could just launch it all as one. It has just so much more opportunity. And
I want bragging rights to the face-off sweater.
Dude, that was 100% Jake. Because I talked about originally just taking our logo and splitting it in half. And he's like, no, do better. He's like, this is what it needs to be. And I was like, fuck, you're right.
So it's basically, it's our faces, these faces, but it's half my face and half his face and the nerd symbol.
Yeah, right? And the nerd symbol.
Yeah. It's a zip-up hoodie, so when you zip up our faces, half of his face and half of my face come together in the middle. It's pretty fucking badass.
And it's also on one or two different shirts. You can get like baggage tags. We literally have clothes for your crotch goblins. I mean, children. And then you designed the baby bottle thing for the kid clothes. We did stuff for children's clothes because the original Sorry Mom logo had beer in it, and like you can't drop your child off to daycare wearing like anything with beer on it. So we swapped it for like baby bottles. Like
you swapped it. That was Chad's idea. He made it.
I mean, it was. Thank you for giving me credit, but like we just wanted to bridge the spectrum. Also, you have seen my dog on like behind me. If you watch this on YouTube, you've heard me talk about my dog. You've seen her lick herself behind me when I haven't been paying attention.
Oh no, you froze.
Oh no, not on my side. So we're fine.
You're good now. You're good now.
And then you just met Jake's dog, Rogie, Ro. Just the sweetest girl. Like the nicest dog.
They're both cute. They're both cute dogs.
Yeah, my dog has more of an attitude, but my dog is also like 6 years younger. So like,
his dog and I took a hot minute to fucking connect.
And then after that, my dog no longer cares about me and only wants to like.
When I was in Ohio for was that May or June?
Yeah, it was in May.
May. Literally, like my last day there, his dog was like laying on my lap, and like fuck you, Chad,
with her ass up against me. It was bogus.
But before that, his dog was like
we have dog merch. Is what I was trying to say. Is like, you know, because we're animal lovers. We have, you know, get a dog T-shirt, dog bowls. You like to travel. You got laptops. We have merch for literally fucking everything.
Everything. It's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, we're super excited about it. So check it out in the links below. This is episode 25. This is just the beginning. It's been 6 months and we're still trying to fucking figure it out. And the people that have been around since the beginning or have joined lately, thank you.
Thank you.
We're gonna make it better. We're trying. Yeah. We're doing everything we can. In future episodes, we're going to diversify a lot of our guests to kind of get away from like the film and TV and comic nerd side of things to an extent. We still want to talk about nerdy things, but we're going to branch out. We have because
it's not just about what we deem nerdy. It's about what everyone
all things nerdy. Yeah.
If you have an idea and you're like, man, I love Dungeons and Dragons.
We want to get to that. Yeah. Also, subscribe to our Patreon because I want to start a Dungeons and Dragons league with patrons. Let's do it.
Yeah.
So
I actually just found out that Nick's brother plays D&D with like his friends. Like, bro, get on. What are you doing? Let's go. Let's go.
I'll talk to you about that off camera. But we've taken up enough of your guys' time.
Yeah.
So with that being said, yeah, we love you. Thank you. And Jake, this. Do you want to say it? You want to do it?
No,
you want to do it or should I?
Get it. You get it. You already started it.
Get it. Yeah.
Let's do it at the same time. Same time.
Okay.
Same time. This
has been the All Things Nerd podcast.
Jesus Christ, that was terrible. Start again.
No, we already did it. Fuck it.
All right, fuck it.